How's it going, guys? It's Mash, and welcome to Let's Play Mega Man 5 Part 3. Anyway, we're now going to go up against Mr. Napalm Man over here. He's actually my second favorite robot master of the game, but anyway, enjoy his description. Napalm Man, a robot master created to protect his creator's secret weapons factory, where he spends his spare time collecting and searching for weapons as strong or stronger than his own. A good point is, he's loyal. A bad point is, he's a gun nut. He likes weapons and dislikes metal detectors. So yeah, we are now in Napalm Man stage. And a little bit of information about Napalm Man stage that I don't believe it's ever been confirmed nor denied by Capcom themselves, but there is a big theory that where we actually are is Vietnam. The basis behind it is just the fact that we're in a jungle. Those little spike traps that are actually called in, I have it written down here somewhere, they're called punji traps. They were used during the Vietnam War, as well as just the fact, I mean, you know, there's tigers, which the jungle setting, the fact that napalm was a flammable liquid used in the Vietnam War, it just makes it seem even more likely. Anyway, get that E-tank, as you can see, easily just slip past those secret walls. Also, the tigers that we dealt with earlier, do not get hit by them. They hurt a lot, as you can see. They're pretty easy to take out, especially with the charge buster. So just keep that in mind, as well as those that cylinder thing that I avoided. I kept shooting it. That had spikes on the very end of it that was coming towards us in that little hallway. That's an insta kill if it hits us, because of course spikes, Mega Man, it's never good. So just keep that in mind. Just talking so much about the fact that this is possibly Vietnam, which it probably is. And then Eddie gives us another extra man. Sweet. Other little things about Napalm Man. Even though his mugshot and his artwork, like his old school artwork, show that he has a missile device in his head, all of his in-game sprites, even the ones that are in the Mega Man The Power Battle and the Power Fighters arcade game they made later on, there's the end, just so you know. It's just a red sphere, so more than likely either an oversight when they were creating Napalm Man later on, or they just scrapped the idea and just kept the old artwork. As you can see, the rockets that shoot debris are still around, so be very careful about that. Also, in the Rockman 5, well, I was lucky there I got hit, or else I would have gotten hit by the spikes. In the Rockman 5 commercial for this game, Napalm Man stage is actually, the music for it is actually the remix for the commercial, so this was normally the song everyone knew about Rockman back in Japan when it was first being announced and released, just because of the song. I mean, other than that, there's really not much left to say about Napalm Man. Oh, there's one more thing. Napalm Man's weakness, the Crystal Eye, is actually only able to take away 3 bars of his energy, rather than every other boss in Mega Man 5 where he can actually, they take 4 hits of energy. So essentially, Napalm Man can take the most damage out of any robot master, and it wouldn't be a normal Mega Man Let's Play for me if I didn't die so far by the robot master. I just really didn't. I tried so hard to save all my E-tanks just because I really didn't want to die as much in the castles that we're going to be going to, but sadly I do end up using an E-tank, I think, at the end of this episode, but such is the case. Anyway, with Napalm Man, since I really didn't talk about his boss pattern, he'll jump in the air here and there, and sometimes he'll shoot rockets towards you, or he'll shoot these napalm bombs into the air. It's pretty easy to dodge all around. He's fairly simple. I died just because I was just not getting lucky with my hits. Nor was he like running away from me, he was always running towards me. But as you can see, pretty easy as always. Napalm Man has now been defeated, and we've been given his new weapon, the Napalm Bomb. It's an okay weapon. None of these weapons are really that good to me, but enjoy the description. Napalm Bomb. When Mega Man uses it, he sends out a bomb that bounces about on the ground. It explodes if it kills an enemy on contact, or after a few seconds of no activity, it will change direction if it hits a wall. It's really only good against the mouse enemies that we were dealing with earlier, but I really don't care. You can still take them out with the charge shot, it saves the energy. But anyway, here is Stone Man. Stone Man, a strong robot master that was built to look like and be as tough as a bunch of bricks. He also bears a striking resemblance to his friend Gutsman. A good point is, he is strong-willed. A bad point is, he's stubborn. He likes good movies and dislikes Scroogey people. So, I'm gonna be really honest, guys. There's not really much trivia about Stone Man. He's for the most part, he's a pretty depressing robot. Just for the sheer fact, there's really not much information about him. His special move we actually get from him later on actually is quite a waste of time. It's worse than Gutsman's weapon, I swear to God. But we'll talk about that later. Essentially, this stage is, I feel like it is an homage to Gutsman's stage. It just feels that way. Doesn't have the randomly dropping platforms though, which I'm really glad they don't have. But as you can see there, I've entered a secret area and I've gotten our last emblem, and we've gotten the special item Beat. He's essentially a robot bird that Dr. Light has created for us. He'll automatically attack any enemies in the area. Sometimes he will take a little bit of time, but he'll attack everything in the area. He's really going to be useful against the final boss. Other than that, he's not that useful to me. It's just a waste of energy that I could be using later on for something else. So I just don't even bother using him until the final battle, where then he just makes the game extremely easy. But what was I saying before? Matars in this game now, actually, when they're not in like little life preserver stuff or in the trains, when they get hit, they will become 3 little Matars afterwards, or Matools. I keep using the Battle Network term of them. It's just habit to me. But like I said before, just shoot them. They're pretty simple to deal with. And those little things that were on the roofs that came towards us will come chasing towards us and explode. They'll only get killed by one shot of your Mega Buster, so you're pretty good. That's pretty much it. I mean, there's not much to talk about with this stage. It's a pretty straightforward stage, pretty easy. Only thing that I can really say is that I'm really depressed at how easy they really made this boss. He's too freaking easy. Yeah, I mean, it's just nothing to say. Blah. I'm embarrassed here that there's nothing really much to really say about this boss. I mean, pretty simple, pretty easy going. No hellish points in this battle at all. I mean, there's just it's a very, very, very sadly contrived level, just because it's not hard. The final battle with this boss is just not that good. It's depressing. It makes Starman, as much as how depressing it was to have to beat him and how easy it was to beat him, he at least tried. Stone Man doesn't try. He'll just jump around and fail miserably. I don't know how to get that life. If anyone can tell me how, I'd really appreciate it, because I've never been able to figure it out. Yeah. Just not much to say. I mean, we're already nearly to the very end of the game. The one thing I did have a problem with is trying to get that E-Tank a couple times. If you do mess up, all you have to do is literally just take this platform up again. It'll spawn back the other platforms, and you just have to time it right, so right when you land, you actually have to jump. It can be a pain in the ass here and there, so just keep that in mind. I believe it was this time I got it. Nope, I just keep failing. This is just horrible. I'm embarrassed with myself. I think it was this time I actually got it. Yeah, there we go. So anyway, I've got another E-Tank. As you can see, E-Tanks are very, very easy to find in this game. Either Eddie can really, you'll get a good chance of getting it from Eddie, or I mean, here we go. Here's Eddie. Is he gonna give me? Oh, he gave me an extra life. If he gave me an extra E-Tank, I swear to God, I would have died of laughter. I don't even remember if he gave me one or not. Like, you see Eddie for a second, and it's not like really memorable anymore if he gives you something, because I mean, he gives you good stuff regardless. As you can see as well, there's a bottomless spike. Not bottomless pits, but there are spikes, so be very careful with how you're jumping. Things can hit you and knock you off, and I don't believe you can actually get up from those bigger platforms. So if you get dropped down there, you might have a few seconds of invincibility, but you're gonna die. So be quite careful with that. But here we are. We have made it to the final Robot Master. Like I said before, and because of my pattern, he is weak against the Napalm Bomb. And he shoots out his special weapon, the Power Stone, and that's about it. He'll jump around, just jump around, and sometimes he'll be invincible because he'll crash like a whole thing of bricks. But that's it. This is the boss battle, guys. This is Stone Man. I mean, at least Guts Man was a pain in the ass. Like, Stone Man was just whatever. But anyway, since we've beaten Stone Man, we have received his weapon, which is probably the most useless weapon of all of Mega Man. But it is called the Power Stone. Just enjoy the cut. Just enjoy. Power Stone. When used by Mega Man, he shoots out 3 stones that spiral about. That's literally the description, guys. And the only thing that I have anything about that whole weapon is the fact that it shares the same name as the fighting game series that Capcom also created called Power Stone. But as you can see, we are already at Proto Man's castle, and we're going to start off by going up against the first castle part. As always, there is multiple parts of the castle. Our energy will not replenish. Our life will, so that's a good thing. But be very, very frugal with how you use your weapon energy, because you're going to need it. You're going to need it quite a bit. And as you can see, there are white tigers here. They hurt just as much. I think they hurt a little bit more than the standard orange ones that we dealt with in Napalm Man stage, but could be wrong. They still hurt like a bitch, though, so be very careful. I was really lucky this time. Honestly, when I was trying to practice this, I forgot how many tigers there are, and I just didn't charge or wasn't prepared. And I got hurt real bad. I had to have died like 2 or 3 times on just my regular playthrough. But yeah, we have cleared to the stage. We're almost done with the stage, actually. This might be actually, yeah, this is the prime I actually show it. Oh no, it is not. I thought I was actually going to show off the super arrow here. I'm going to be showing the super arrow at some point in this video. I do know that, since I never really showed it before when I received it. It's an okay move. It's good for platforming. It'll essentially grab onto walls and let me be able to climb it. Think of it sort of like the gravity beam from the original Mega Man game, but instead of it just creating a big platform, it just sticks to a wall so I can climb on top of it. It's swell at times. Other times, it's just a waste of time. Well, no. It's good for one boss battle, so and we'll see that later. This is the point where I'm actually going to show the super arrow. As you can see, Rush Jet is still the same as before, but with the super arrow, you can actually hang off of it, and before it starts actually going towards its destination, heading towards the closest wall, you can actually jump on it and actually move with it. And then once it hits a wall, it'll stick. It's pretty simple, pretty self-explanatory. Man, we are so fast into this level. What else can I really say about Wily? Well, not Wily Castle. What am I saying? Proto Man Castle. Stages it's a little different this time around in the sense of like the castles. Essentially, there's only one base theme for each castle. So right now we just have Proto Man Castle theme. And as you can see, there are invisible blocks, the teleporting blocks of hell. These are the only times they actually show up in the game, thank God. And honestly, you don't even have to deal with them. As you can see, I used Rush Jet for the first one, and now I'm going to use Rush Coil for the second one. I wasn't going to really risk using Rush Coil near the floor. I'm pretty sure I would have not been hit, but better safe than sorry. Another thing as well, conserve your energy on your Rush Coil and your Rush Jet and your Super Arrows. You're going to need them. So majority of the time I will actually be getting my weapon energy for those back to normal. And also that enemy that I dealt with earlier, they will not technically attack you, but they hover around you, and they'll just keep hovering around you. I believe they will hit you if you move at a certain moment when they're like spinning around. They won't do anything else other than that. They'll like see if you jump the right way, you won't get hit by them, but they're pretty easy to kill. Just wait for them to come close to your Mega Buster and just shoot them. Pretty simple. But anyway, we've made it to the first boss of why do I keep saying Wily Castle? Proto Man Castle. And he is a green tank thing that is weak against Water Wave. I didn't know it until I practiced it a little more. He is weak against Water Wave. I knew that from the get-go, but I was always told that you can block his attacks with the Water Wave if you shot it a second one really quickly. Every time someone told me, they just said, oh, the Water Wave will just block it. And I was like, oh, okay, and I always shot it, but he'd always still be able to hit me. Little did I know I have to shoot the Water Wave and then shoot again really quickly for a second Water Wave to block it. And I believe I actually do it here. Yeah, you see it right there. I finally just decided, I was like, oh, that's how I'm supposed to do it. Sweet, I'm an idiot. But anyway, as you can see, I was out of Water Wave there, so I'm going to use the rest of my Charge Busters to actually take him out. And this is the moment I actually use an E-Tank. I really didn't want to use one, like I said. I wanted to save it. And what makes it even more frustrating is the fact that the E-Tank that I used was pretty much for naught because I was able to kill him without even taking any more damage. But isn't that normally what happens, guys? I mean, that's normally what happens to me. I'm sure it happens to you guys, too. But anyway, we've done it. We've beaten Proto Man Castle 1, and we're heading off to Proto Man Castle 2. But we're running out of time, as we normally do. Anyway, guys, thank you guys for watching, as always. In the next episode, we will continue going through Proto Man Castle, see what our brother's been doing and why he's being a pain in the ass, you know, doing bad things. As always, guys, this is Mash, and I'll see you in the next episode.